The Wii game system and the video game Guitar Hero are very popular these days. Many players have been known to spend hours in front of the TV.
Hours and hours. They've also led to a new classification of a common injury. News Channel 5's Kay Quinn is here with tonight's cover story.
Ever had a sore shoulder, elbow, or thumb after playing these games? Then chances are you've had what's known as Wii-itis or Guitar Hero thumb. If you've ever played it, you know how easy it is to get hooked. An hour or more later, you're still strumming along to Black Sabbath or Joan Jett.
My forearm's gotten sore from playing Guitar Hero because you have to move it really, really fast on the harder songs.
Elizabeth Taubin is into Wii.
It's not even a big motion, you're barely moving, but you feel it the next day.
Well, these games get so enthralling that people will play for hours and hours and don't realize that that time went by, and then they wind up getting sore.
That's right, it's not your imagination. Excessive Guitar Hero and Wii playing can actually cause an overuse injury of the shoulder, elbow, or hand, according to this sports medicine specialist.
Anything that where you're doing a repetitive motion, whether it's gripping onto an object, using your thumbs a lot, which all the video games are, yeah, you can get an overuse injury. The common name for it is actually called decurvainous tenosynovitis.
Just one of the hazards of having too much of this kind of fun.
On this hand here, the hand that's actually pressing all the buttons, the more you're going to have the problem there is actually just from repetitive just gripping onto it.
You typically feel the pain a day later.
We like to put a bunch of catchy names on it, so it's been known as Space Invaders thumb, Nintendonitis, now Wii-itis, which actually was described more from a shoulder problem than anything else. But it's very similar to kind of a tennis elbow kind of thing.
In fact, it was written up in the prestigious New England Journal of Medicine. Acute Wii-itis suffered by an otherwise healthy medical resident who woke up with intense pain in his shoulder. The diagnosis? Tendonitis caused by playing too much Wii.
If anybody's doing repetitive stuff, whether it's typing, doing stuff on the computer, shaking lots of hands like a lot of the political candidates now, they can get the same sort of thing.
Medical studies have shown this type of game playing is actually a form of exercise. It makes sense then that your muscles and tendons would reflect intense game playing.
If you play for long enough, especially like bowling or boxing or baseball or tennis, just from the swinging motion, your arms start to get pretty sore.
I get pain in my wrist up here from being tense on all the cords and stuff and shifting it back and forth. So, and also my right arm too, they have some really fast passages that you just have to strum up and down, so my whole arms get sore.
The treatment? Dr. Halstead says you can try this at home, but if you're hooked on Wii and Guitar Hero, you might not like the advice.
It's a matter of just kind of cutting back on what you're doing. Icing, using a little anti-inflammatory for a few days or so, ibuprofen, Motrin, things like that. And usually that'll settle down pretty quickly. Most of the time it actually gets pretty painful that they're going to want to stop doing that thing for a little bit, which is actually usually the thing that'll get it better.
Again, if you rest, the pain should go away pretty quickly, but if you keep playing, those aches can stick around for a few days, even weeks. I'll have more on Wii-itis and Guitar Hero thumb when you visit the story at ksdk.com, and I'll share some insights on how I put the story together on my blog on stlmomsworld.com. Deanna,
I don't know how the kids do it. I've tried, and forget it. It's not easy. Thank you, Kay.